We're live.
Yeah, we are live.
Question we ask at the start of every podcast, not a podcast, every live video.
It's like a podcast, but with video.
Ugh. It's faces all up in it.
Oh,
Got to rearrange my windows and
no.
everything.
I mean, the frustrating thing is that I literally have this right here,
a decent webcam.
a decent webcam, and it's for some reason it's not working on my MacBook at the minute. It is compatible with Mac.
Right, okay.
So it's just a case of figuring it out. But I couldn't get it figured out in time.
Fair enough.
So
next time.
Hopefully next time we'll have... I mean, I've got a couple of weeks now because you're going away.
Yeah, unless we do one next Friday or Saturday.
Yes, that's true. Actually, yeah, we could do because I'm not doing anything else that whole weekend.
Yeah. So yeah, potential. Gives you a whole week to sort it out.
Sort your life out, son. So yeah, tonight we're going to talk about Epcot. Oh, cheeky.
It's my very creaky chair. I felt that would be heard.
We're going to talk about Epcot, Disney Plus, and Star Wars. Oh, but I mean, considering Epcot is the only theme park news, I suppose we could talk about Galaxy's Edge. There's a bit more news for Galaxy's Edge.
A little bit, yeah.
So we start with Epcot, and hopefully it's been a little bit while since I've watched this, used this. Oh, is that working?
I mean, I think we just missed like 1 week, and
yeah. Well, I'm busting out the excuses, all right. So talking about Epcot to start off with, and this bit of news isn't confirmed from Disney yet. It's not confirmed. So before you get too excited, bear that in mind. But WDW news today, which I think for the most part are usually pretty good on their ratings and things, but they've also dropped a couple of doozies in the past. So take everything you read from there with a grain of salt. We only tend to report on the website, at least, on actual facts. What is up with your chair?
It needs a bit of oil.
Yeah, what have you been doing?
I'll just try and stay perfectly still. It'll be fine.
Just don't move and it'll all be fine.
Yeah.
Next time around, I'm actually gonna just like unscrew everything on that chair. And they'll be like, yeah, we're just doing a live video tonight. Don't go on the chair before.
No, just sit down and just
like Jackass style. So the rumor is with Epcot, and it is a rumor at this point, is that we're going to be getting a permanent festival center, a new Starbucks, which we kind of talked about before, a water maze, and a beer garden.
I'm sure I know which one you're most happy. Well, actually, no, it's difficult. Actually,
it's a tough one.
I suppose presumably you're most happy about the beer garden because there's always going to be a Starbucks there, wasn't there? So
yeah, that is true.
That was dead certain, wasn't it?
That is true. I am looking forward.
It's always been there before.
If the rumors are true, then the beer garden will be pretty awesome, I have to say.
Right. I don't know what constitutes a beer garden.
A garden that contains beer. Basically, it's somewhere where they will sell beer, and you'll be able to sit outside and enjoy the sunshine.
Right. Okay. So it's kind of like a baseline tap house-esque thing.
I guess so. Yeah. I would imagine
it's a bar, basically.
Essentially, yeah. It's a bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm assuming
it's going to be on the gravestone of the fountain, isn't it?
That's right.
Fountain
yeah.
of Nations, is it?
People are getting a little bit upset about that. We've got at least one viewer, so if you're watching, please do say hi. But yeah, it's going to be where the current fountain is, and people were getting a bit upset about it. But again, this hasn't been confirmed by Disney yet. Oh, yeah, it's coming.
No, they don't seem to be confirming anything really with with Epcot much at the moment, do they?
No, but I mean, a beer garden's pretty exciting. Although you think the amount of festivals that are at Epcot and the amount of alcohol they already sell,
Yeah,
is it really necessary?
you wouldn't have
Probably
thought
not.
so. Like, I assume they serve alcohol at the Flower and Garden
Yes, they do.
event,
Yeah, yeah.
and then obviously Food and Wine runs for like 10 months of the year.
Mm.
Um, so obviously, they've got loads that are available there. Um, I mean,
Yeah.
whether maybe the festival centre will be smaller, what they're going to build is smaller than what they currently use at the moment. Um, and so maybe this will free them up to some of the beverages
Beverage
that they would
lingerie.
have at the festival centre. Maybe they'll be at the beer garden.
Well, what they said, what the rumor is at the minute. So they're saying that Innovations West is bulldozed, as is the Fountain Innovations and Pin Central. The demolition of Innovations West also means Club Cool, Epcot Character Spot, and the Art of Disney store are all going, apparently.
Okay.
Innovations East is only partially to be removed, leaving Electric Umbrella and Mouse Gear remaining. A new path to the left of Electric Umbrella will lead guests to the Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster and the Play Pavilion more quickly from the park entrance when both open in 2021. Replacing Pin Central and Fountain of Nations will be an Epcot garden area, accompanied by a permanent beer garden. A new custom-built structure will be home to the Epcot Festival Centre, where the Flower Garden Festival will have its home, the Food and Wine Festival will have its home, the Festival of Arts will also have its home there, and assuming,
Right.
and maybe perhaps the Christmas Festival, which I forget what it's called because I haven't been. I mean, there must be about 2 weeks of the year where there's not a festival in Epcot now.
That's when I go, unintentionally.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Evening, Lord Luke. So we've got that going on. Again, all of this is rumored. So, and then they're also saying with the popularity of festivals, a dedicated bridge over this side of Future World will extend from near Spaceship Earth to the main entrance of this new festival center. New standalone structures will also be erected for Starbucks and various character meet and greets. This particular meet and greet facility should be a new home for Mickey and the gang, while Big Hero 6 and Inside Out characters will go elsewhere. Yeah, get out the park. Final component is a trail called Journey of Water leading down towards the seas with Nemo and Friends Pavilion. This trail will reportedly consist of a number of water features and will also be a child-friendly maze experience. None of this is confirmed. I mean, all of this sounds pretty cool, but I mean, what is going on with Future World between now and 2022? And the reason I say 2022 is because 2022 is the 40th anniversary of Epcot.
Right, okay.
So I think while some of these things will be open by 2021, I think a lot of it they'll save for 2022 because they'll bring guests back for the 40th anniversary of Epcot.
Yeah, and I think they're going to need the time, aren't they? Really?
Yeah, we're only a couple of years
on,
away from 21.
Yeah, essentially, if they're tearing all of this stuff down and rebuilding, granted, it's just shops and like things like that, shops and food places and festival centres. It's just hollow buildings, really, aren't they? At the end of the day,
Yeah.
But, it's not going to be a quick job to tear that all down. What were you saying about a bridge from?
So apparently they're going to
that.
be building a bridge from Spaceship Earth to the entrance of this new festival center.
So like across everything.
Apparently, yeah.
Because it looks like a fair distance, doesn't it, to get from? Do you
It's
need
not
a
that
bridge?
far of a walk, is it?
No,
really.
But surely, if you're on a bridge, you're still walking the same distance as you would be if you were on the ground.
Yeah, and nobody's really rushing to a festival center above and beyond Guardians of the Galaxy, are they? Let's be honest.
I mean, how many people actually rush to the festival center anyway?
Well, yeah.
So maybe it's going to be like super exciting compared to what the festival center is now. I mean, the festival center, it's got a few bits and pieces, but we didn't rush there, did we?
No, I mean, I like the festival center. It's a cool place to go, and I can imagine a permanent structure being quite cool.
Yeah.
Obviously being custom made, a bit more tailored to the kind of events and different things that they put on. I mean, all those events always seem a little bit pretentious to me. You end up paying like $80 to hear some celebrity chef talk crap for half hour while you sample 3 very small glasses of wine.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my issue with them. But yeah, I think for the most part, the changes sound pretty cool. I've got no real attachment to the fountain. I think the fountain's awesome, and I do love it. But I've got no attachment to it. It's a water feature.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean. I do like the fountain. Obviously from the concept art that they released in 2017, it kind of looks like they might be changing I don't know what it's called, but the water kind of as you start going over the bridges on the way to World Showcase. There's obviously pools of water. It looks like they might be changing those into fountains potentially, as far as you can believe Disney concept art.
Well, this is the thing, and you know, again, all of what we've just discussed is just a rumor, and I think it would be a shame to lose the fountain because it's been there since I was a kid.
Yeah,
and it's one of those memories. But at the same time, I don't think I can really stay attached to a fountain. I don't think I could really cry too much over it. Given that it's coming, you know, what's coming in its place will be probably a really beautifully designed garden area that just so happens to serve booze.
Which, I know which part of that you're excited about. The garden area. Yeah.
So I mean, obviously Starbucks. It'd be interesting to see whether they close Starbucks before the new one is open, and whether they just move into some temporary base. Because to operate a Starbucks, really, all you need is like 2 coffee machines and a member of staff.
Yeah.
So they can move it anywhere, really.
Yeah, I mean,
move into the bit after Spaceship Earth.
Move to the after Spaceship. Oh, what is in after you've gone on the ride?
Yeah.
Yeah, they could do. I mean, to be fair, they should put anything in there. Literally anything.
Anything would be better once in there. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't see them. I would have thought that they would always have a Starbucks open. Like.
Yeah, I can't see them. People need that coffee fix.
Yeah, it obviously earns Starbucks a lot of money, and it obviously will earn Disney a lot of money because presumably they get a cut of whatever is earned through the Starbucks. So it's going to be earning them money, and if they take that away, what's it going to be replaced by? Like, are people going to flock to Joffrey's?
Probably I wouldn't say so.
Yeah, and I don't think there's like much else available because a lot of the easy places. A lot of the easy places are either in World Showcase and somewhere like you might get breakfast are either in World Showcase, which is obviously closed. Most of it's closed first thing, or like a lot of the food places around by the entrance of the park are mainly quick services and kind of meals as such.
Yeah, and you know what I will say of Joffrey's is why that coffee is is okay actually. What they do during the festivals is they put on specialty coffee filled booze cocktails, which are always quite nice.
Okay.
So they do those, which I do enjoy occasionally. Do you remember when we were in Epcot? I was trying to find a specific one at one of the Joffrey stands.
Yes.
World Showcase.
I don't think you found it, did you?
Yeah. No, but it was like a Bailey's Kahlua coffee cold drink. But they don't do that year round, I don't believe. So occasionally Joffrey's can be pretty good, but I just prefer Starbucks.
Did you find out where it was in the end?
No.
You have to save it for this year.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 3 weeks there this year, so I've got plenty of time to find it.
3 weeks to find it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just ask. But
I mean, that's a bit easy, though, isn't it?
It is a bit easy, true.
Because I'd also be like, "Where's that booze-filled coffee drink?"
And obviously, you'll have the added complication of you'll have already had like 5 Bailey's. What are they called?
Chilled coffees from Belgium.
Yeah.
Or if they do the Irish, the Guinness and
Irish
Bailey's
milkshake thing.
That was good as well.
That was nice.
So
you're already going to have had like 5 of those, and you're trying to tell an American where a drink that you don't know what it's called is.
Yeah, exactly. Excuse me. I need a What do you mean? I can't. Well, Fitch your manager. Fitch your manager. I'll put this on. So another Epcot news outside of the rumours, what we do have absolute confirmation on is that Illuminations, the last date of its showing will be September the 30th, which is very sad day for any Epcot fan, myself included. Obviously, I'm going to be sad to see it go.
You're an Epcot fan.
But
yeah.
Its replacement, or I should say its temporary replacement, Epcot Forever, actually sounds like it's going to be pretty cool.
Right, yeah. It kind of sounds more Illuminations-esque than the actual permanent replacement.
It sounds basically what they're doing is they're going, oh shit, Epcot fans aren't going to be happy with this new character-filled show, so let's give them a celebration of Epcot for like 6 months just to make them happy before we bring in the characters.
Yeah, a slow transition.
Yeah, so the Epcot Forever is going to be basically celebrating the last 35 plus years of Epcot. It's going to include music, lasers, fountains, and wait for it, illuminated kites.
Yeah, I think that's kites pulled by jet skis or something, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah,
some video I saw.
It's quite possibly that is something that Epcot would have done in the 80s. Like it is brilliantly Epcot. Like you can't get much more Epcot.
How have they not got like kites pulled by drones and stuff like that, or drones themselves?
They end up get tangled in it or something. I don't know.
Maybe it's just a massacre. It was testing. It just turned into like a kite drone combo massacre that
there's an explosion in the middle of the World Showcase Lagoon.
Nobody noticed. It was during the middle of the day. It was fine.
Yeah, I mean, somebody asked me a question in the week and said, "Yeah, exactly. The kites do look cool, Luke. They really do. They look very 80s, which actually I quite like." But the funny thing, someone asked me in the week. They said, "Well, why are they not just going straight into this new character show?" And I think the answer is obviously we don't know for sure, but what I think they're doing is they need to do a lot of work around probably the edges of World Showcase and some of the more kind of structural work to get that permanent show in place. Disney cannot go without a nighttime show at Epcot. I think you don't want more guests funneling off to Magic Kingdom. It would be just a logistical nightmare for them. Nobody's going to Animal Kingdom to see that dog shite show.
Well, nobody should be going.
Nobody should be going.
They probably are, but they shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm going to check it out again this year. Old Rivers of Light. I want to just make sure. I think it's good to keep updated and make sure that my opinion is still the same.
Accurate.
Yeah.
It's just, you just want to remember how shite it is.
Yeah, exactly. At least I can go, well, I've been up in the last 6 months, so it's definitely still shit.
True. I mean, do you think that they'll keep Epcot Forever as alongside the new show, the permanent show?
That's interesting.
Because obviously we've seen Hollywood Studios. I think they've said that the Star Wars show and I can't remember what they're called. There's 2 shows that they have at the moment. They're
not getting rid of them.
No, exactly. So they could potentially have 3 shows. Whether they'll all happen in one night or whether they'll do a bit of a mix and match, I don't know. But obviously, and in Magic Kingdom, they have 2 shows, don't they?
Yeah.
They have Happily Ever After and then another show. Yeah, something about animation.
It's like, you like projections, do you? Here's some more.
Yeah, it's not really too dissimilar, really. They have projections, lasers, fireworks.
It's a massive waste of time, that second one.
Why isn't it just like
built in? Poor
man's
man's Happily Ever After.
Yeah, and it happens just afterwards. It's like, okay.
I'll tell you what, though, that's a genius idea. Like, to have Epcot... what they should do, though, is keep Epcot Forever, but have that after the main show so that Epcot fans don't walk off in disgust after the Epcot Forever's finished. I think that's a nice idea. I wonder if they do that.
Yeah, because that's the thing. If it's just fireworks and lasers and kites. You can imagine if there's no obviously like floats and everything like that, then you can't imagine there's a whole lot to set up. Obviously, they just got to do the fireworks every night and get Dave on his jet ski to pull some kites along.
Hello, Dave.
It could work. It could work.
It could work. It could absolutely work. And I'm really looking forward to seeing. So I'm there like 26th, 27th of October. I forget which date.
Right.
And we're in Epcot several nights. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Epcot forever. Actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's going to be cool to see what they do there.
Yeah.
So I think moving away from Epcot now and on to what's happening this weekend, which is Star Wars Celebration.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw a lot of detail about some aspects of Star Wars and not enough detail on others. And I think that they were very light on that detail about Galaxy's Edge. I don't know if you
Right.
noticed
Okay.
that.
Yeah. I mean, I've only seen a couple of things, I think, about it.
Yeah, they said some things that basically has already been covered by Theme Park Press before. The only real thing that I thought that stood out to me was the Coca-Cola deal, which
Yeah.
isn't really something that I was particularly surprised at, but the way that they're merchandising it is cool.
Yeah. I saw. I didn't realize. I saw a picture earlier today that the bottles are basically the same as some kind of like holiday season bottles they released.
Interesting.
But they've just got different caps, and obviously the actual coating is
Wrap.
different. But the
Yeah.
actual shape of them is exactly the same.
They look like thermal detonators, don't they?
Yeah, yeah. And then they've got the Dasani bottle with like Star Wars-esque writing that does still say Dasani.
It's all written in a Star Wars language. I forget which language it is, but
it still does look like the word Dasani. Like
yeah, it does. Yeah,
it looks like they just use Star Wars fonts, like whatever language they want to call that, and just written Dasani.
Yeah. The funniest thing.
They don't make it too complicated.
I think the biggest farce of the whole Galaxy's Edge part was Josh Gad hosting it for some unknown reason. And he was really irritating throughout. He was just constantly interrupting and going, "Oh, but who's going to be there?" And it's like, "Oh." But the other thing is still no news on Rise of the Resistance opening.
No, nothing.
No opening date, which is a little bit worrying.
Yeah, I mean, it makes you wonder when they're going to do that.
Well, I would think that the two chances they've got to announce the opening date is Star Wars Celebration, which they've obviously now not done, and D23.
Yeah,
which I think is in June, July, maybe.
Right. Okay. So it probably makes sense then, wouldn't it? Because I can't remember the date that it opens in Disneyland. Obviously Disney World, it's the 29th of August, I think.
August, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what time it is is it June time in California?
June, yeah.
Yeah, so if D23 was June, July time, then it'd probably be a good time to do it, wouldn't it?
But I was very disappointed with that panel. Hey Josh. Yeah, I was very disappointed with that panel. I don't think they really revealed much about Galaxy's Edge that we hadn't already heard about.
No, I'm trying to think what the other detail that I'd heard was. Obviously, you got the bottles. It was just the ride vehicle, wasn't it? For
the ride vehicle, yeah.
Which
had already been posted on social media earlier that day.
Right. Okay. That had leaked out then.
I mean, Luke, you're right. Yeah, the style of the Coke bottles is cool. Like, it's really clever. It fits into the land. I totally expected that partnership to continue at Galaxy's Edge. Why wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And I like the way that they've incorporated it into Star Wars. I think that's a nice way of doing it.
It is quite a nice touch. And as somebody who doesn't drink, like, Coke, I'll buy one anyway.
Yeah. A lot of people have been saying that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although customs are going to have to keep their eye open for several grenade-looking bottles being put into.
And you're just like, no, don't worry, it's just my Coke. And then it's just like, Coke. The sniffer dogs start rushing around you.
Yeah, it's our Coke. So Josh says it felt like the panel was just blatant advertising for the land. Yeah, I felt like the panel was for people that had somehow not heard of Galaxy's Edge before. There really wasn't a great detail.
We've got this thing opening, guys. It's called Galaxy's Edge. It's going to be a Star Wars land. Star Wars is a series of films.
They showed off a very small detail about Smuggler's Run and Rise of the Resistance, but again, the detail was so piss poor that you could have just guessed it.
I mean, the thing is, I guess they don't want to give too much away because they obviously want it to be a.
I completely agree. What's the point in having a panel?
True. Was it a panel dedicated for Galaxy's Edge?
Yeah.
Right.
They're basically like, we're going to show you an intro video for Smuggler's Run, and it was basically we've already seen the cockpit view of the actual attraction. We know that we're going to be riding it and flying it, and basically it shows a few people hitting some switches, and then it's like Smuggler's Run, and it's like great. That video is totally pointless.
It's like we knew that was going to happen anyway.
So yeah. And then Josh Gad was like, "Who are we going to see in Rise of the Resistance? First Order Troopers." And they were like, "Mm-hmm." And they were like, "Kylo Ren." Mm-hmm. And then it was like, and then he was like, "Admiral Akbar," and they were just like, "Oh, you."
That sounds like a classic Disney like cringy video.
It was a really bad panel. Josh, you're right. Yeah, Yoda will be in Galaxy's Edge. But they haven't said in what capacity. I think you might just hear his voice every now and again, and that got a lot of people excited.
Is that like Ghost Yoda?
Yeah, I mean, unless they project him somewhere. Hey, Simon.
Maybe, but yeah.
Unless they project him somewhere, but that's not going to happen. Like, you'll just hear his voice every now and again going.
Yeah, it's going to be Nutty Yoda when he's lost his marbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it would be like. Do not worry. Only 4 hours left to queue.
That would be brilliant.
That'd be so good, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And that's after you've queued for another 4 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll have two sets of voices. You'll have Yoda trying to encourage people to stay calm, and you'll just have Palpatine be like, "Embrace the anger."
He's trying to roll people up.
Yeah.
Get them shoving. No.
Josh has said they're going to use Yoda just to go, pay for fast pass you must.
Yeah, they could use him for so much. Just give really bad messages as Yoda's voice, and then people won't care.
No, exactly, yeah. Like those Coca-Cola bottles are going to be like $10. And it'd be like, $10 for Coca-Colas. You'd be like, oh, Yoda.
They don't look like the most practical like bottle to hold. Like this
no, it's like this.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know how big they're going to be. I'm assuming they're only like fist hand.
That's going to be a caption for YouTube, hand. Isn't it?
Fist
Us just going like this. Simon, we are just talking about Galaxy's Edge panel at Star Wars Celebration and how shite it was because they revealed nothing other than that we might hear Yoda's voice, and we still have no opening date for Rise of the Resistance, which I was pretty shocked by, and the Coca-Cola partnership is what we learned about. We also got to see the Yondu animatronic a bit more, which was kind of cool.
Yeah. I think they said there's going to be another animatronic, which they obviously already said about it, didn't they? There's going to be more animatronics and things like that.
Yeah.
I think like I saw a
Kylo Ren's meant to be in there a couple of times, I think, in Rise of the Resistance as an animatronic.
Right, okay.
That's the rumor, I think.
I mean, obviously with the trailer that I think we're going to touch on shortly, do you think we'll see Palpatine in there?
No.
No, you don't think he's going to make an appearance? I guess it depends. It depends on in what degree he is in the films.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
So if he's just like it's one of these like cameos where he's only in it for like 10 seconds.
He's like, "Hey."
It's a voicemail that he left on somebody's machine.
Go for Palpatine.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. He's only in it for 10 seconds.
Or like he's just like he got really injured. He just gave it up, and they just bump into him, and he's just doing his garden.
Yeah,
I'm not in this anymore. I'm not in this.
He kind of faked his death, and that's what the big explosion was. He farted to try and fake his death. They were like, "Oh, if I fart really big, do a massive fart, they'll think I'm dead because I've blown up, and now I can go live out my days on a farm
what happens is Ray just walks in, and she like treads on his dandelions or something, and he's like, no, no, no.
And he goes out and gets a big bag of seed of dandelions. And he's like, unlimited dandelions. I don't know why you would be planting dandelions.
They're like the shittest plants, but it's the first one I could think of. I get the impression that Palpatine doesn't know much about gardening. So
no, I mean, I think he's been preoccupied, shall we say?
Yeah,
in previous years. So
Josh says Jar Jar Binks confirmed for Galaxy's Edge. I mean,
is that thing?
Can you imagine him as he's the animatronic greeting you as you walk in, or he's the animatronic that you see while you're waiting like 8 hours to queue,
trolling you?
Christ, how many suicides would you get?
It would make the queue go down.
You also only have 8 hours left to queue. Oh!
Stu would love that, wouldn't he? Absolutely love it.
Jar Jar oh my god! I feel sorry for the person that plays Jar Jar because he's going to get shanked by every other person.
I mean, they haven't. You know, there's no reason to suggest that Jar Jar is dead in the newest trilogy.
Well, before, I don't think it was introduced as canon, but before Disney basically reset the canon, they confirmed that he died on the planet, I always forget what it's called, that blew up in episode 4. Alderaan.
Oh, okay. Episode, yeah, I think episode 4.
They confirmed that he was on that planet. Now, I don't know in Disney's new timeline if they've scrapped that or not. I guess time will tell.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends how much love there is or hatred for Jar Jar there is.
There's no love for Jar Jar. Josh, take your Jar Jar land and put it somewhere else, please.
They were just like, oh yeah, we're going to bring back Jar Jar, because you can imagine as soon as the prequel trilogy finished, they were like, oh yeah, you know, Jar Jar, he died, yeah, no more Jar Jar,
he's gone,
and that probably made people happy.
Oh dear, Josh says he was there for Alderaan reasons.
Oh no, I think we need to end this right now.
Oh dear. I mean, before we move on from Star Wars, should we talk about the trailer briefly?
Yeah.
Like, it was a cool trailer.
Yeah.
I liked it. I've got some faith in this film.
I thought it was relatively mediocre up until the point that Palpatine started laughing. And then I was like, oh my God.
That is the point where as a Star Wars fan, you cream your pants.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, you know, she jumps over the TIE fighter, which I'm assuming is Kylo Ren's TIE fighter. It's kind of like, okay, fine, okay.
Yeah, all right, love. You're a Jedi. You can do a backflip. We fucking get it.
Yeah, but otherwise, I'm trying to think of what other moments there were.
Lando's in it.
Lando as well. I think weirdly, the exciting bits of that were the people from the original trilogy.
Yes. Yeah,
like,
and we were talking earlier in Customers Always Weird, which is going to come out in a couple of weeks, about how we like the prequels, right? And we like these new Star Wars movies. But you're right, like that Palpatine laugh at the end was just like, ho ho.
Yeah. Like, you so many questions as soon as that comes up. Like, you know, is he what? Well, obviously, presumably he's not dead. Well, I suppose he could be a ghost. He could be a ghost. Yeah. He could be a clone. It could be. So I saw some theory that it could just be a recording of like orders that he's given to his generals and stuff like that. You know, there's so many theories out there as to whether he dead, is he not dead?
I think if it's just a recording, that's a bit of a cop out, isn't it? You can't really a trailer if it's just a recording.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, he was at Star Wars Celebration, Ian McDermott.
Yeah, but
I mean, maybe again,
if it was just a recording, then obviously he'd have to be there for voice work, wouldn't he?
Yeah, no, but he was at Star Wars Celebration meeting fans.
Yeah, but he'd still be there.
That trailer.
You know.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it would be a cop out.
No, I agree. It would be a massive cop out if it just turned out to be just he's left an answer phone message for his general to execute Order 67.
Yeah. Execute Order 69.
Yeah. He's phoned up all the lady generals for that order.
Simon, no, Star Wars gymnastics is not a thing. And interesting, so Josh doesn't think that Kylo Ren is flying the TIE silencer.
Oh, okay. I think it's okay. I mean, they didn't show him, did they? They just show a pair of hands
Yeah,
going.
that's true. I mean, so Simon said Darth Maul didn't die in Phantom Menace, so he could still be alive. You're right. You're right, Simon. Obviously, we've seen Darth Maul in the Clone Wars TV show, which, if you haven't seen, is probably the best Star Wars thing that's come out since Revenge of the Sith. I would say, really,
Right,
really good show.
and he was in Solo.
And he was in Solo. Spoilers.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Palpatine did kind of. I mean, there was a massive explosion.
I told you that's a fart. It's a fart. He's old. He just let go. It was all that blue. It's all that blue milk he's been drinking. That's why it's blue.
Pants.
Yeah. It was just. It was
so I don't know. I mean,
he's been holding it in for ages. Sorry, say that again.
I was going to say, I don't know what you guys think of the trailer. What you thought of it? I mean, if you think that you were never going to see a Star Wars movie again after The Last Jedi or not, I don't know. But I mean, the trailer certainly got me excited.
In more ways than one. So I mean, I said it in a group chat. Do you think Darth Maul and Palpatine have been sitting on a beach, earning 20%?
I reckon so. I think that's
just chilling.
They're like, oh, just
drinking,
let them ruin it. Let them ruin
drinking their souvenir bottles of Coke.
Yeah, they're like thermal detonated Cokes. Yeah, Josh, it was a brilliant show, and I can't wait for it to return to Disney Plus. But the other thing they announced just today was obviously the Mandalorian is coming to Disney Plus, as we know. It's coming to Disney Plus on launch day, which is in November in the States, which means that the UK has to wait until at least January 2020 to watch this show, which I think is actually quite a dick move from Disney.
It is a bit
given
weird.
That most of Star Wars is shot in the UK. Let's not forget.
Yeah, I don't know why there's that gap between the two releasing. Like, is it deals in the UK that they've got to expire in?
Well, that wouldn't be the case for the Mandalorian.
No, obviously, but obviously, if they have other deals still standing, then the amount of content that would be on there would be quite minimal, and so it would draw people in, maybe.
Yeah. So Josh says apparently it's a weekly show as well, and Simon said that the Palpatine laugh does hit you right in the feels. It did. It certainly did. I think the Mandalorian is cool. I've seen most. Yeah, I know a guy as well, Luke. I think the Mandalorian sounds cool. I've not got an awful lot of faith in Favreau at the minute, though. He's kind of phoning it in a bit in a minute. I mean, the Jungle Book as well. But the Lion King especially. It's like, oh, just get some CGI guys to completely just do it shot for shot. You didn't need to give that movie to Favreau. You just absolutely didn't.
No,
I could have directed that movie. I could have done that.
As you say, it's just a rinse and repeat of the animated film.
Yeah,
it's still as an animated film.
Come in. Here's the original script, Donald. All we need to do is just repeat what Simba says, and feel free to get a bit creative with it. Stick to the same lines, but tone maybe just a little bit different. Yeah. And we'll just pass it over to LucasArts to do the CGI. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't know how they can call it as live action.
No, I mean, I'm assuming some of them have been mocapped.
Yeah, but even this is not really live action, is it?
No, I don't. I mean, it just looks shit. It really does look shit. But I mean, Mandalorian sounds cool. Yeah, they do. Mandalorian sounds cool. I think the trailer hasn't dropped for anyone that's not a celebration yet. I think that will be coming within the next few weeks. I'm looking forward to it. I think they're going to... I don't know if they've already confirmed Series 2, but it's pretty much a given.
It's a little bit weird to confirm Season 2 when Season 1 hasn't even come out yet. Like, it I know. Absolutely tank.
Well, I don't know if they can really... As long as they're getting their subscribers...
Yeah.
I guess they haven't got a lot of original programming, really.
No,
they've got that shite-looking Lady in the Tramp movie.
Yeah.
Mandalorian. They've got the Marvel shows, but they won't be ready until at least middle of next year.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably hard to gauge whether it's how popular it is. I guess they can see like how many people have watched it out of their audience. But obviously, if all the audience is coming on for the first time, I don't think they'd really tell until season 2 to get an idea of, is it popular? Are people coming back to it after the initial kind of like, are watching this because it's brand new? So.
Yeah, definitely. So Josh says he saw it on Twitter and it looks good, so I'll have to check that out. The trailer.
Cool. I've seen a few
Star Wars
pictures of it, haven't we? But...
yeah, we have seen a few pictures. And then the final thing that I wanted to talk about today was, again, not too much theme park related, really, although they are doing some theme park, like kind of mini documentaries and things, I think. But it's Disney Plus, and I watched most of the investors meeting the other day where they revealed Disney Plus and were talking about it. I don't believe that there's a great deal of content coming to that service. Certainly not as much as I would have hoped.
Yeah.
They were talking about 13 movies that are currently in the vault will be there from launch. I mean, why are they not adding all 50 or whatever movies? I don't know. I don't understand that.
Yeah, it seems a bit odd, doesn't it?
It does seem very odd. Like, why would you not just add your complete back catalogue of animated movies to the mix? Price is good, Simon. Yeah, you're right. What's it, $5.99 or $6.99?
$6.99, I think.
$6.99, that is, which means it's probably going to be about £9 by the time we're out of the EU.
I saw Simon says for the first 3 months. Is there a price jump then after 3 months?
No, he's just saying they will put the price up.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay. Yeah. Because I saw obviously that it's $6.99 a month, or you can pay a yearly and it's $69.99 for the year. So you're getting 2 months free.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. Okay. I mean, that's not too bad. It's obviously on a par with kind of Netflix and Prime.
It's better than both of them, yeah.
Levels, so yeah,
you're getting this. I guess you're getting every episode of The Simpsons, which is cool.
Yeah.
That's a nice thing. It's a nice addition. Although I know a guy, and that's a cool thing. You're getting 13 animated classics.
Yeah, which obviously isn't as good as you'd hope, but it's not bad for your $6.99 a month. But
why are they not putting all of them on there? I don't get it. I don't understand.
I don't know.
The weirdest thing of the whole thing was when they were like, "Oh yeah, Frozen 2's coming next year," and everyone was like, "Yeah," and then they were like, "Oh yeah, but it's coming after home release." So okay, so why am I paying for this service? Like, what's the point?
The thing is, I was saying to you the other day about this, and it's like you can understand, like from a business perspective, they don't want to lose out on massive revenue because nobody's buying it on DVD and Blu-ray because it's available on the streaming service. But at the same time, people, if you've got the streaming service, people will just wait because they'll have already seen it in the cinema. So why would they not wait? I don't know how long they're talking about, but when you've already waited, say, 4 months for it to come out on home release, why would you not wait that little bit longer for it to come out on the streaming service?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Simpsons binge, absolutely, Josh. I'm currently going through it at the minute, so Black Cauldron will probably be there eventually, but it won't be day one, I don't think.
The thing is, Black Cauldron is one of their, it's obviously a good film and it's obviously relatively popular, but it's not as one of their biggest popular ones. So it wouldn't surprise me if they did bring that on.
I think they'll all be there eventually.
Yeah, I think they will be there eventually, unless they circulate them. So they have.
That would be a real shit move.
It would be a dick move. Like if they had like 15 or 20 always available, and then they just cycle them every month.
But we are getting the world according to Jeff Goldblum.
Yes. What is I saw that and I have no idea what it is. Is it a comedy? Is it a documentary?
I don't know, but I'm intrigued.
Right.
I'm intrigued.
I think it's possibly going to be one of the weirdest programs on TV.
Absolutely.
Or non-TV, terrestrial TV. But yeah, it's going to be weird, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's
he's going to do lots of hand things, isn't he?
The Simpsons did do a cool little video I don't know if you've
Yes,
seen it yet,
I have
but
seen
it
it. Yeah,
is very good actually, and I like that Disney are not asking them to change obviously who they are. It was very piss takey against Disney.
yeah.
And
I think
the
I
bottom
think
line
if
is actually in the background was just absolutely brilliant.
I think if they got anything to change from like any of the Fox stuff, I don't think it would be a good move. Because
No, I
obviously
agree.
it all has its own following. You know, it's like Deadpool. You can't change Deadpool. You
No.
basically get rid of it if you change it. Simpsons, you can't change the Simpsons. We go for 30 years or whatever, and you can't change it. I think they
Josh
can
says, "Do you
improve on
think
things like X-Men.
Oh, X-Men? They've already said that Dark Phoenix is the last X-Men movie,
Right.
which is good because they're just not very good.
Yeah.
I mean, they're okay, but in the MCU, it would be better.
Yeah.
So Josh says, do you think they'll merge the service with Disney Life or what for the UK? Yeah, I think Disney Life will just go when we don't know, but yeah, Disney Life will be no more. What will be interesting is whether they add the Mandalorian to Disney Life in the 2 months, 3 months gap between. I just think it's a weird thing to do to give the US audience that program and not the UK or European audience.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I can't see them adding it to Disney Live because they want to push people towards Disney Plus and getting
Yeah, you're
subscribed to
right.
that. So I think they'll just launch it with Disney Plus.
Jeff, the Jeff Goldblum show, according to Luke, is a National Geographic series where Jeff looks at interesting things around the planet.
Okay. I mean, there are quite a lot of like celebrities go traveling kind of TV series, don't they, these
Not starring
days?
Jeff Goldblum.
Well, no, not starring Jeff Goldblum, so that's going to be quite a different spin on anything.
Yeah,
But I think it's bound to be good, whatever it is.
I think that was it. Like on Disney Plus, I don't really know if there's anything else that I was that excited by. I think they have missed a couple
Don't
of
you want to
things.
talk about the user interface and
Oh, like
all
the
the
Netflix,
detail
you
that they
mean?
went into?
So that was hilarious. They were like, "Oh yes, and here's the Disney section. Look, you've got a picture of Disney in the background. Look what happens when you press it. You get all of Disney's movies. Let's go back. Here's the Star Wars one. It's got a lovely little Star Wars background. What happens when you press it? Let's have a look. Oh,
Oh
it's the
no.
Star Wars movies and TV shows.
It's like a
Let's have a
really
look at
awkward
Marvel." And
tutorial that they're going to do at the
it's
beginning
like,
when
yeah,
you
but
launch the app.
we can see their fucking buttons.
We know how an app works. It's kind
We
of
get
like
it.
it's going to be intuitive. It's aimed at children.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like we get it. You've ripped off Netflix. It still looks shitter than the interface of Netflix, though. Somehow they've
yeah,
still made it look shit.
yeah. Don't you think
But
it's a little bit weird how they have a majority share in Hulu now, and yet they're
yeah,
starting up their own streaming service, so they're competing with themselves
I think
to a
that's going to roll
degree.
in. I think eventually.
Well, the thing is, they don't own Hulu outright, do they? So I don't know if they'll buy Hulu outright or if they
Yeah.
can. I don't know. But
The Simpsons Welcome to Disney advert thoughts. I thought it was brilliant. I
yeah,
genuinely thought it was fantastic. I think so I've not seen Simpsons in a few years. I think I'm on season 7 and I watched through at the minute. And Marge is old. Like you could tell the voice
oh, what the
actor is
voice?
hanging on.
I don't know who does the voice of Marge.
Julie Kavner, I want to say. Julia Kavner.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah, Luke, you're right.
uh,
They were trying to explain it to old white men. That's true
uh,
because that's who the investors are in the room, and they don't understand that buttons work the same depending on what franchise you're looking at. It was.
I'm trying to find the voice actor. Oh, voice. Yeah, Julie Kavanaugh. Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
got to be like 70 something.
Yeah, 68.
Yeah.
68.
She sounds a lot older than she does, obviously, in Series 7 that I'm watching at the minute. But she sounds like a different person.
Right. Okay. Okay. I can't
Obviously, she's still
remember how
supposed to be this like late 30s.
Yeah, they never
housewife.
changed it. They didn't really think that through, did they? By having them never change, and yet the
Yeah.
voice actors are going to age. Like,
Well, I think she's probably the worst because her voice is quite like a gravelly one. So the older she gets, the worse it's going to sound.
yeah, I don't know how old. Okay, so Dan Castellaneta is 61. I don't know if I said
Yeah,
his
so
name.
he could do another 20 years easy.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't know how old all the others are. think the Nancy Cartwright, she must be knocking on a bit, hasn't she? Oh, she's 61, same age as Dan.
Yeah.
Hank Azaria, 54. Blimey, he doesn't look good for 54.
It's all that money he's got. It's all that money he's got. But I mean, the question is, I guess, will I be getting Disney Plus? It depends on how much content Disney has access to in the UK. They said in the investors meeting, all contracts with other companies will run out within the next 4 years. So it all depends on when the UK has that going for it, really.
Yeah, obviously, I guess over time it will, as we said before, it will get more and more content and things like that as certain deals unlock. I think, obviously, it's kind of nice if you pay monthly. Presumably, you can dip in and out, so you can watch The Mandalorian. You can watch anything. If they then don't have a lot of new content for 6 months, you could then drop it and then start it again when a lot of the Loki stuff and the Scarlet Witch stuff and things like that come out.
They confirmed Scarlet Witch. They confirmed Loki. They confirmed what else? There was
another one. I can't remember what it was.
I think wasn't it Hawkeye?
Yeah, I think it was, wasn't it?
And then they've got the Marvel show, which I forget the name of, which is the What If. So the first episode of the What Ifs is what if Peggy Carter got the powers instead of Captain America. And that's going to be animated, I think.
Right. Seems a bit of a cop out.
They all because the comic book series based on the same name is quite cool.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, so Kevin Feige came on and was just like, "This is all going to be in the MCU. Like these TV shows will make an impact on what is happening in the movies and vice versa." So that's cool. I mean,
yeah, it's all linked.
I don't know how much. I mean, every character that they've revealed a TV show, apart from Hawkeye, is currently dead. So I'm not sure how much
they're going to work
out.
out. Yeah. I mean, the only downside is it's yet another thing to watch for another thing to keep up to date with. You've got all the films plus now TV series as well. If they're all linked together, they're really demanding quite a lot of the viewers, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm gonna just have to stick to one or two things and just try and watch everything that is. Which is of course what Disney want us to do. But
it makes you wonder what sort of length these series are going to be, because obviously a lot of the Netflix original content is about 10 episodes. But when you get other dramas, obviously BBC dramas are absolute shite and they're about 2 episodes long. But American dramas tend to be a longer, don't they? So it makes you wonder where they're going to sit. I assume it would be closer to the Netflix model, because if Netflix can do it and they get away with it, having only 10 episodes,
I think it'd be 10 to 13 episodes per season. Yeah. I think so.
I guess maybe as the platform becomes more established, they might create longer ones. I guess depending on the popularity of the various shows.
Yeah. So I think that's it from us this week. Simon says, great comic book series, The What Ifs. Yeah, I haven't read them, but I've heard a lot about them. So I'll add it to my list because I've got the Marvel Comics app, which is fantastic. So assuming that they're on there. So I'll give them a read, Simon. Nice. So yeah, that's it from us for another live episode. Thanks, guys, for joining us and commenting on these stories. This will be on YouTube probably by the end of this evening. Josh's phone died. So yeah, it should be on YouTube. So. Yeah, you can catch the rest on YouTube, Josh, and it should be on probably by the end of tonight. So feel free to watch the rest there. But yeah, thanks for joining, guys, and we will be back for another one of these probably next weekend before Dan heads off to Florida. Look how happy he is. Look how smug he is.
So 7 days. In 1 week today, I'll be there.
I know you won't. I'll take your glasses and pose as you, and your parents will never know.
That would be hilarious.
Hello, my name is Dan.
That might be the first sign.
I'm your son. Hello. I like Lego.
I don't remember him talking about that, but he does like Lego. So
I don't
yeah.
remember him talking in third person, but I'm definitely your son, Daniel.
See, I do like Lego. I got getting my willy out.
Oh, getting your willy out in front of everyone.
What? It's a Steamboat Willie.
Mm-hmm. And on that disgusting note, we
You
will
made
see
it
you.
disgusting, Brian. You made it disgusting.
You're the one talking about your black and white willy.
Oh
We'll
god.
see you for another video. Well, actually, listen to the podcast. It comes out tomorrow morning, and then we'll be back for a live video next weekend. So we're